Hi traders, how are you doing? I hope you're all doing great. Today I'm here with a new video for the channel, and today I'm bringing you a binary option strategy using an EMA crossover. Okay? We use this indicator, we use the EMAs. Today we're going to switch things up a bit. I'll explain the strategy first, and then I'll tell you what settings to use for the indicators, which I think is the least important part. Okay, first we identify the trend. As we can see, here we have an upward channel and here we have a downward channel. Okay, so logically what we should do here is try to trade as best as possible, but to the upside because the channel is bullish. Okay, so what does our strategy for today consist of? What we have to wait for is for our purple EMA to cross over the other two white EMAs. Okay, to the upside, look here at how the price moved. It went up, and then crossed downward. Obviously, since we're in an uptrend, we don't take any trades here. We wait for it to go back up. This is where we take the trade. Okay. Here it just crossed. When this candle closes, that's where the EMA crosses upward. Okay? Here we take a trade to the upside. We can take trades for 2 to 3 minutes. I don't recommend 1-minute trades, and here's why. Because sometimes this candle here pulls back to gain new momentum before moving up. In fact, that's exactly how I took my trades. I waited for this little candle here to close down here or at least touch here so I could go in for an upward trade. Because what happens? Sometimes the candles act like they're drawn by a kind of magnetism when they cross the EMAs. They pull back and then continue with the main trend, which is the trend we just identified. Okay. All right, traders. There you have the explanation of today's strategy in a bullish context. Let's look for a bearish context so I can explain it to you in that scenario as well. And here we have it, we have a bearish context. As we can see, there's a pretty clear downward channel here. So as a result, we should be taking trades to the downside, meaning following the trend. So where do we spot the first trade? Look here, traders. As we can see, the EMA came up here and at this point crossed downward. So right here, we can take a trade to the downside. We can take it for 2 minutes. We wait for this candle to close and enter here. 1, 2. You win here and you win pretty well. Let's look over here. Here's another one. The same thing happens as in the other trend. The price is still moving downward. So the EMA crosses below, goes back up a little, and this is where it crosses again. It's like it takes a small push and then goes down again. Here, we could have taken it for 2 or even 3 minutes as well. My recommendation is to wait for this candle here, the second one, when it crosses to flip and for us to take it from the top so we can get a better position, or wait for it to close green so we have a better advantage, like in this case here. Here, anyway, if we had entered here for 2 minutes, we would have won. But what happens if we had entered for 3? Here, we probably would have lost. So, the best thing is to wait for this candle to finish green or to take it at the highest possible point. And that's it, traders. That's the whole explanation of today's strategy. It's super simple. It consists of identifying the trend and then going with that trend when our purple EMA crosses the other two EMAs, okay? So without further ado, let's review today's trades. Alright, traders, here we have the first trade, and as you can see, I took it as a buy. What? Because my purple EMA has already crossed above the white EMAs. I'm looking for it to move toward the next higher point. Also, that particular candle where I entered turned red at first, so I took advantage of that. Don't worry if you see at the beginning of the trade or in the middle that it reverses or something happens. That's completely normal. It's just a kind of price reaction. At first it might go a bit the other way, and then it goes back up. In fact, this helps you understand that this strategy works like a small price bounce off the EMAs. When the price crosses, we wait for the purple indicator so we can catch that bounce. It's like after the red candles touch the EMAs, they start moving toward the next bullish point when we're in an uptrend. That's why I took this trade here, in this way. I took it for 3 minutes. I always advise taking it at 2 or 3 times maximum. Why didn't I take it for 2? Because I felt like I could go back, and that's exactly what happened. So, purely on intuition, I took it this way this time. Alright, traders, here we enter the second trade. Why did I enter in this context? As we can see, we have an uptrend. My indicator, the purple EMA, has already crossed above the white EMAs. So, what I'm waiting for is that pullback, which just happened. Before I entered, the red candle pulled back. It was going up, then that red candle appeared and pulled back to touch the EMAs, looking for that momentum to go back up. So we can take advantage of that momentum. You enter here for 3 minutes as well to have a bit more range and probability so it doesn't get stuck, because sometimes what happens? The price kind of gets stuck dancing around the EMAs. That's why I take it for 3 minutes, to have a better chance that right when it stops moving around there, when it stops bouncing and moving so much, I can catch that direction and win. As you can see, you win pretty well. It's a pretty clean win. Sometimes you win by a narrow margin, a little ugly, but, well, generally, you win pretty well. The only thing you have to wait for is that pullback, guys. And that's it. Second winning trade. And finally, we enter the last trade. As you can clearly see here, a purple ENA has already crossed the white ENAs. But why didn't I enter on the previous red candles? Because I was waiting for that pullback. That's why I entered after that green candle, because the price was dropping after the breakout, but then a green candle appeared and came back to the price to gain that momentum. As soon as it gained that momentum and that candle closed there, I placed the trade. I could have also entered at the beginning of the green candle, but I waited for it to close. I think that's a better position. So that's it, traders. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like the strategy and can use it. Honestly, it's really good for trends. I could have taken a lot of trades. I think you all could easily take 6 or 7 trades in just a couple of hours. So let me know in the comments how it went for you. Tell me what you think about the videos so far. Give me some feedback. If you'd like a more in-depth explanation, or if you have any questions about the indicators, the platform, or anything else, just let me know. I'm here to answer your comments 24/7. So that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.